Hello, my name is Jonathan Moore, the lead game designer for Evil Peak Productions.
And I'm Megan Slade, the lead artist.
And welcome to the month in review for June. This month we've actually been working pretty hard on a lot of different things. I've actually started to work on the special effects for the, what would you call it, animations?
The animation effects.
Animation effects.
Effect animations, there we go.
Effect animations?
Yeah, or just special effects.
Special effects. It's
kind
whatever.
Thing. Yeah.
And you've been busy too.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff done this month. At least it feels like a lot of stuff anyway.
It's a lot of little things,
yeah.
I think, that we've been working on. We're working up to the big things, but this month has been very productive, I think. You want to go ahead and talk about what you've been working on?
Yeah, so at the after the last podcast, I finished all of the wireframe animations for the cats. They haven't been completely colored yet or anything, but I finished them and I put them all in a sprite sheet, which was really tedious. It's just a really big sprite sheet. So
it is very big.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different
animations, and it's just mostly because, you know, you can't just flip the animation. You have to go from the right to the left.
Yeah, because the blaster has to actually be on the right side.
The character's not perfectly symmetrical, so
yeah,
can't just flip it. It's just very tedious to do. So I went ahead and I finished that, and then I started on some of the enemies, and they're small enemies, so they don't have that many animations, so I kicked butt there. I finished, the Electrocuties.
Yeah, you finished the Electrocuties. You did the Swallows.
And the Mind Pig.
And the Mind Pig.
And the Electrocuties, I remember doing the animation, and you thought I was going to cheese it and just have, their little tendrils, changed a little bit. But no, I have them doing a jellyfish.
Yeah, she actually went all out on it, and I was very surprised and also happy with the end product.
Yeah.
The Mind Pigs look silly.
Yeah.
I do have to say that.
Yeah. And with these enemies, I actually colored them completely and made their sprite sheets, which, the Electrocuties, its sprite sheet is super small because all it does is one animation. So it's super small, and it's colored. And same with the Mind Pig, and the last one I worked on was the Swallows. So
I guess it was the last one that you worked on was the Swallows, because I remember you doing the Mind Pigs basically in one day.
No, I didn't do them in basically one day.
I guess it was because I was always gone.
Yeah.
Okay, then that makes sense then.
So and at first, I would do them in the wireframe kind of format like I did with the cats, and then I would go back and color them with each frame. What was so nice with the Mind Pigs was they run left and right, but they're symmetrical.
Yeah.
So I just flipped them. I didn't have to worry about anything, and it just made it so much easier. I got done so fast with the Mind Pigs. Just bang, done. Get that animation done, color it, flip it over. Done.
Well, I mean, with the Electrocuties, you don't even have to worry about flipping them.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. And same with the Swallows.
Yeah, because they're stationary targets.
Yeah.
They just stand still.
They idle, and then they do their attack.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's sad to worry about.
Yep. And then Electrocuties, they just idle. Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, it is technically an animation that's constantly going, but they're also constantly moving.
Yeah.
They're never really stuck in one place at any given time. They're at least moving a little bit here and there. I worked on, like I was saying, the special effects. There's one that I thought was pretty funny that I was working on, the energy beam, which is one of the weapons, one of the attacks that enemies can do on you, mainly bosses. At first, I was making it so that the bottom of it was a circular thing, like there was an actual bottom to the energy beam, and it would fall down, and the bottom would hit the ground. And then I started to think for a little bit and think about lasers, and I was thinking, that's not how light would work. And technically, the energy beam is supposed to be like a laser thing. So then I got rid of the bottom, and I just made it so that at first there is going to be a see-through point, like an origin point, and then it would slowly expand into the full-on energy beam, and then it would just disappear.
Yeah.
And I thought that makes much more sense for an actual light attack.
Yeah.
What was another special effects animation that I did? It's so weird that I only really think of one.
You did that booster for the ship.
Oh, the thrust?
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked on that. That was the last one that I worked on, was the thrust animation. I know that we were working on the explosion. That was something that you were working on mainly,
Yeah.
though. I know that I did my own explosion, and I did it I call it the Cheerio explosion, like the classic Super Metroid or Mega Man or whatever kind of explosion.
And now we need to take your frames and actually animate them because they're not animated yet.
Yeah, they're all just separate images.
Yeah.
So we need to put them through a sprite sheet, and also, I guess, what do we need to
I
put
don't
them
need
through
a sprite sheet for that.
Okay, then.
I just want to test them out before we actually put them in the game.
True. Fair enough. There was one other thing that I did with the special effects.
Didn't you make like the blaster
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
The very basic one.
I made the basic blaster, the charged blaster for tier 1, then a charged blaster for tier 2, then the charged blaster for tier 3.
Did you make that special effect animation for... Because remember we were talking about the character charging and how it would take up a lot on the sprite sheet if actually...
No, I did not do that. I need
Okay.
to still make it so that... I was going to make it so that at the very bottom of the character there's going to be like a, I guess, force rising up.
Yeah.
And that would be it. The only other thing that I would think of is maybe the character would blink a little bit. Like a blue...
Yeah. I showed Jonathan the sprite sheet that I had made, and I was just like, we gotta have just a special effect that's an overlay that's not on this sprite sheet, because if we had
That's already too much.
Yeah, if we made each one, like, because I would have to take all the animations already made and then add an effect to it, which would double the size of the sprite sheet, and it would just be ridiculous.
How many sprite, like, I guess, what would you call them? Sprite blocks?
I guess.
Yeah. How many of them are there?
Jeez, I don't know. I know each frame, I guess, was 64 pixels by 64.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the height might have been like 1000... Was it 1024? I can't remember what's the power of 2 for that, but it's the 1001.
Yeah.
I don't remember the width of it, though, if it is the 1001 or if it's a 512.
1024, I believe.
Yeah,
is
yeah, it's
supposed to be.
512. I think it might have been... I don't know. I'd have to look back at it. I can't
Do
just...
the calculations.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to do the calculations,
Yeah.
but... Yeah, it's a lot.
We might actually... Do you think that we might actually release that for Patreon? The full-on sprite sheet?
I don't think we should do the full-on sprite sheet.
You don't think so? Not yet, anyways.
No.
Maybe later on.
Way later on.
Yeah, way later
I think
on.
we should release each animation.
Individually first,
Yeah.
like a work in progress thing.
Yeah.
And then once everything's done, show the full spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
And then show them all colored and finished.
Well, I mean, we could do some of the enemies ones before we do the other ones.
Definitely. I mean, that's gonna be the next thing. Would be enemies.
Yeah. So the Electrocuties, we had them as one of the sneak peeks, right?
Yeah.
And so you might just see them animated next time. Who knows?
Oh man, that'll be crazy.
Yeah.
I know. Is there any other small enemy that you have to work on after the Electrocuties, Mind Pigs, and Swallows?
There's the puff-ups.
That's right, the puff-ups.
There's I don't know if
That's the only other small enemy that I can think
there's
of, though.
there's that one sprite thing that's like it's a ghost thing.
Oh yeah. Okay, then I remember that.
There's Experiment X.
Man, that sprite thing doesn't really need any animation, though. Not too much. I mean, you can.
I'll look at the animation.
You'll work on it.
Yeah.
And Experiment X, true.
I consider that one to be small.
It's
And then there's
small enough.
I know the Urchig, there was when I first made it, I just give it angry eyes, but I don't know if we're gonna animate it anymore to like jitter or something when you get near it. No.
We'll look at it.
Yeah.
Again.
It's a really stagnant thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be based off of an urchin.
Yeah. So
Urchins don't move much.
yeah. So who knows? That might have been the first animation I ever completed because all it does is change its eyes to look angry.
All right, so I guess we'll be working on that next month for you, and then I'll start to work on the other special effects.
Yeah.
I can't even think of any other special effects that I need to work on. Well, besides the charging up whole
Probably
thing.
have enemy attacks like missiles and stuff.
I guess. I guess I would need to animate the blinking missile for the homing missile. else? Ooh, I could do that. Though we could also use some old animations that we have. Because I know that there was that one old explosion animation that you made back in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that explosion I tweaked and showed you earlier.
Yeah, I know, but we might reuse that for other things.
We talked about using it for
I
other
know
things.
that, but they don't know that. I'm just getting everything out on the board here. I'm just letting them know what we're up to.
Yeah. Let's see. So the other thing I worked on, obviously, was the digital poster.
Yeah.
So the thing about that was I actually changed the character when I drew her for the digital poster. I'm actually...
I remember
I have to change the sprite because originally when I made the Calico Cat, I just had her, I just kind of I guess put a generic, I don't know, I just kind of made a Calico Cat. I didn't really think anything of it. But that was years ago. And then last year, around May, I remember because it was when I was getting out of school, my cat passed away. And her name was Callie. That's the Callie we based her off of. And originally I wasn't going to actually have the art reflect that. Then I was like, no, I need to immortalize my cat.
Yeah.
And I need to put her in this game.
So now Callie's going to live on inside a video game.
Yeah, and so she's gonna look different. I'm gonna have to adjust her sprite. Maybe that'll be a sneak peek, like the old and the new sprite.
Yeah, that was pretty
probably
cool.
be not much of a difference because it's just changing the fur a little bit, the pattern on the fur.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I gotta have my cat again. It was around May too, so, and it was like I was making the digital poster around then, so I was like, yep.
Oh wow, that is weird. It was around like exactly a year, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was her anniversary, I guess.
Death anniversary.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still miss Callie.
Yes, I was very heartbroken when she passed. I was very upset.
But we still have Lala,
Yeah.
which is one of the other cats that.
And if
was
she
based-
dies, then I'm gonna have to change Lucy.
Well, doesn't Lucy already kind of look like?
No.
Lala?
She looks more like Tinkerbell.
Oh, she does.
Yeah, she's a gray cat.
Oh,
She's gray and fluffy.
I guess so. Tinkerbell. Oh man, that cat has such a weird hairdo.
Yeah.
So next month we're gonna be working on some more, for me, special effects for the power up of the charge. Probably gonna work on some more enemy animations.
Yeah.
For the special effects for
Yeah.
them.
And I'll just be working on more enemies.
I know that I want to look into Eilden, one of the
Eilden?
bosses.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be using the same animation technique as some of the
Older.
those old
Yeah.
monsters with
Yeah.
the, I don't even know how to explain them, like the circular connectors.
And they were like, it was like a chain, sort of, like the creature was made out of a chain of just balls, and they
Yeah.
kind of moved around like that.
It looked silly.
Yeah.
Gosh, they look so silly.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at that though, because
Yeah.
I might change it to where they, I don't know how I would do that. How we would do that, because the balls thing is gonna look, I guess, retro,
Yeah.
but I don't know if we want to look full retro.
Well, if we have to change that, then I'll have to redo his design.
Did you already?
Yeah, I already made like all the enemies except for one. There's one boss I didn't make.
Okay then. Kurg.
I probably.
Yeah, he's the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
What other special effects would I need to work on? I know that I have a whole list. I can just look at the list.
Yeah.
We can go off
Probably
of that.
need to make like lightning kind of effects.
Yeah, true.
Experiment
I
X
didn't
is-
do the experiment X, the static effect,
Yeah.
and that's also going to be with the electrocute you whenever you hit them. A little static effect that will happen.
Yeah.
Even though, the jellyfish don't actually.
Yeah, they just poison you.
Yeah, they
they
just
don't
poison
actually
you.
electrocute you.
Yeah, but these ones do.
They're powered by electricity.
Oh yeah.
Let's see the background. So I did the cave this month for the speed paint,
Yeah.
and I was really dragging my feet on it. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this. And I was looking at pictures because at one point we visited a cave, like a year, well maybe more than just 1 year. Years ago, we went to visit a cave. And we took tons of
I
pictures
don't even
there.
remember what cave it was.
I don't remember either. It was really pretty though, and so I took tons of pictures while we were there. I had them all on my laptop, and so I started looking through them. I even picked out I kind of picked out the colors based off that. I took the eyedropper tool, and then I made them all purple.
That's what you did?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
And then I looked at the old foreground and background objects we had for the cave. It's because I changed them purple because of that.
Yeah.
And then I started like drawing, and I started on a brown background, and I changed it to blue because the finished product looked weird with the brown background. But my goodness, I was really off when I started that, because I started like coloring with this light kind of purplish pink color, and I was like, oh, this looks terrible. Then I had to delete that, and I had to change the color of the outlines, and yeah.
I remember you talking to me about that, where you had a hard time starting up with it, but then whenever you finally did, it was just...
Like, once I got past that stuff, it was a lot easier.
Yeah.
But yes, the cave background, I referenced a bunch of cave pictures that
you took.
Yeah.
Whenever we were on our little vacation, I guess. God, whenever we actually talk about the things that we did for a month, it feels like while we're doing it, it's a whole lot.
But then we actually sit down and talk about it, and it's not that much.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to go in complete detail of what we did, because then it'd spoil everything. I could also go on about how I animated the Mind Pig to walk, and that'd be kind of boring to just talk about how I just moved the pixels over a little bit.
It's little legs.
Yeah, it's little leg pixels. I just moved those over a little bit.
I thought it looked silly.
Yeah, it does.
And how it kind of like goes up and down whenever it's moving.
I reused a little bit of the idle animation.
Yeah. Even with the jump?
Even with the jump, yeah. I
Yeah.
reused a little bit of the idle animation.
Which I think is a good thing, because then at least it can go into any animation pretty easily, because it's all from the idle animation as the origin. So I think that's good. But as for June, that's about it with what we've been working on.
I got a lot done because I finished 3 enemies, and I colored them all in, and I made their sprite sheet. Unfortunately, we can't really test them though right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we could, but we lost our
our programmer did leave us, so we are now stuck without a programmer. We're gonna work through it though.
Yeah, we'll pick up some programming. That's what YouTube's for.
Oh
yeah, YouTube tutorials.
It's not just YouTube, it's what Google's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll work through it. I know that we have Natalie. She's been taking up programming lessons, so we're gonna rely on her a little bit, and we're gonna talk to her, and I'll be helping her with where our last programmer left off, and we'll just take it from there.
Yeah, and this is kind of why we started up on a game more like this with the pixel art.
Yeah, so it's easier to actually understand.
I feel like doing 3D stuff would be really difficult to start off with.
Definitely. I know that the next game that we have planned is going to be a sort of pixel game, I believe, still, right?
The next game we have planned is going to be a pixel game still.
Yeah, that's right. The next game that we have planned is a surprise.
Yeah. Don't want to talk about that too much.
We'll leave it at that. There'll actually be an Easter egg.
There'll be an Easter egg in Feline Frontier.
Here's a little hint. It's going to be in the hot springs.
Yeah.
So just keep your eye out for that whenever the game actually releases.
Oh man, maybe I'll work on that.
Oh yeah, you can work on that next time.
Yeah.
Don't do a speed paint over it though.
No.
Yeah, just keep that under the hush hush.
Yeah.
The DL. All right, but that has been a month in review for June. I feel kind of bad, but also not that bad about having so little things to talk about.
I feel accomplished.
You feel accomplished?
I feel accomplished. I feel like I got a lot of stuff done.
All right, Megan. Well, now you made me feel accomplished. And we will continue to do things for next month and tell you about everything that we're doing, except for the Easter egg.
Yeah, we're not going to go all nitty gritty with the animations, unless for some reason people are just like, do it. Go like step by step how I do animations.
Yeah, and you can feel free to comment. Just tell us what you want to hear about and everything, and we can talk about that next time, and we can just have fun with it.
Yeah.
So just comment, tell us what you want to hear, and we'll go for it. Also, even if you want to comment and tell us what you want us to work on for next time, though I don't know if you would really know.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't
we-
know about that.
I don't know. Yeah, never mind. Disregard my last
Because
comment.
they don't know. They don't have the art Bible or the
they
design
have,
document.
Yeah, they have no idea what we're working on right now. Well, they have ideas of what we're working on, but
Yeah.
Oh well, but yeah, definitely leave a comment and tell us what you want to hear about. And
Maybe at some point I'll do another like kind of educational tutorial.
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I guess it would be over sprite sheets. That would be pretty
Sprites or the animations, sprite animations.
cool. Yeah, something like that. That'd be
I
interesting.
know your mom was asking about that.
I guess she was. A little bit.
Yeah.
But that was a while back.
No, that was like
What?
today.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I wasn't there.
Maybe you weren't paying attention.
I probably wasn't paying attention, to be perfectly honest. I was probably busy in my own mind, as I always am. But that has been a month in review for June. I have been Jonathan Moore, the lead game designer,
I'm Megan Slade, lead artist.
and we will see you next month.